Hi, everyone. Oh, that's a giant. Oh, wow. Okay, it adds 500 pounds. Just keep that in mind. Also wanted to use this moment to let you know that I am the triplet, Tegan and Sarah and Arlan. Don't know if you know that. We'll do a Q&A just because I'm not very good at the TED Talk style. But I just want to give, most people here wouldn't know who I am, so I want to give you a quick rundown of why I'm up here. Well, back in the day, I actually ran a blog called Your Daily Lesbian Moment for several years, and my side hustle was selling Shane is my homegirl shirts and homo girl shirts. And today I run Modern L Word on Twitter just for fun, if you ever want to check that out. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But beside all that, so 4 years ago I was on food stamps. 3 years ago, I was homeless, and today I run a $4.5 million venture capital fund that has, thank you. My favorite part of it, though, is that we've invested in 75 companies that are led by women, people of color, and LGBT founders. That's the most important part. And there is a lot in between, and I would say, I think we'll take a couple of questions if you have any, and if you want to look me up on Twitter or Instagram, Arlan was here, A-R-L-A-N was here. Would love to talk to you there, and get to know. You can Google me as well. There's a lot of information online about it. But does anybody have any questions who already kind of knows our story, or if you don't, I can just talk. I can just talk about nothing. Into one? You don't want me to sing. That's the one thing you don't want to happen. I can tell you now. Oh, cool. I think there's one here. Hi.
Hey, Arlan, what's up?
What's
I'm
up?
Emma. I messaged you on Instagram earlier.
Oh, cool.
I've been following you for a little while, and my main question is, how can I join Backstage? What can I do to help as a product person, as a former founder? I want to see what it's like to sit on the other side of the table,
okay,
so that we can spread this, what you're doing, to more and more people.
That's cool. So go to BackstageCapital.com. Everyone should go and check out our portfolio, check out what we're doing. So all of our websites, there's 17 people that work at Backstage now. It used to be me, and it's 17 now. So all of our websites are the first names at BackstageCapital.com, and everyone's first name can be found on the website. I would say email me, but CC Christy and Megan, and we'll talk about it. I mean, we are definitely still, we still have few resources, and we're working on that, but we started a venture fund. We started a venture studio recently, and so the idea was that we were meeting all these awesome founders and all these awesome employees, but we didn't necessarily, like, if we didn't choose their company, but we still loved them, we wanted to figure out how do we work with them. So that's where the studio comes in. So not this moment, but over the next few months, we will be looking for people. So yeah, cool. Someone else, someone with an accent. The British accent.
Unfortunately, I don't have it.
No, I heard some. I'm not requesting it. I heard some. Please. Oh, I'm spitting everywhere.
Soon.
Okay, go ahead.
My name's Amy Farley. I've been following you on Twitter for a while, and I'm so glad that you're here today. I am working to launch sports and sharing economy startup. It's a primarily digital product, but I know that at some point I'm going to need to get venture funding in order to be able to grow to a nationwide or global scale. So what advice would you give to someone who's trying to build a digital product in terms of at what stage in their development do they need to start connecting with venture capitalists and seeing who would be a good fit for them in terms of investment?
Yeah, definitely take some time. I always recommend that people really take a retreat and really think about the VC route. As a VC, I'm saying this, it's not always the route, and there's a lot behind it, and sometimes people think they need that to scale. And I met a woman who has a $1.5 billion company that she bootstrapped, named Teresa Tucker. She's amazing, look her up. But I also think if you do want venture capital, if you do want to go that route, it's a good idea to start talking earlier to like micro VCs and smaller VCs and getting on their radar, but with the expectation that that it's going to take a few months or even years to need their money or to be able to ask for their money. But it's always good because I've found that, I mean, we've invested in people that I met, a year prior, like at an event like this. I just saw their face, I heard a little bit about their company, and I knew they weren't ready for funding at that point from us. But then they kept coming back 6 months at a time and letting us know how they were doing, and that really does make an impact. Yes, yeah, but I wouldn't spend a lot of time chasing people who are no's, like right off the bat. Like, find people that you want to be aligned with and you want to spend time with. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I know you. You were. Well,
I'm glad you
to my
remember
dinner
me
party.
like 2 minutes ago. So my question is, of the companies that you invested in, what's the one that you're most excited about because of the financial upside, and then most excited about from its impact to change the way people live?
Yeah, thank you for asking. So I get asked that question about our favorites a lot. There's 75 companies in 2.5 years after seeing 2,500 companies. So as you can imagine, everyone's part of the family. And it also, because everyone is so early, or usually early when we invest in them, it's really hard to say. I can tell you that some highlights for me, I feel like when it comes to impact, there's one that we recently did. There's so many, but there's one that we recently did that I'm super excited about called Novaron. It is led by a Native American PhD and neuroscientist who is working on a protein that, if it works, it can help regenerate cells for people who have had trauma or some sort of accident that has paralyzed them. And for me, being the smallest check, we write 25K to 100K checks, being the smallest check on that cap table, or being, as an investor, is, if they can do it, if there's even a 1% chance that they can make this work over the next 10, 20 years, I'm excited to be part of that. And so for impact, I'm really excited to see what happens. I think a lot of our companies are going to make me personally a lot of money because, Black and brown folks and women and LGBTQ folks are just amazing, and that's who I bet on all day, every day. I think there's a company called Share that's a Black couple in Dallas that is kind of, real quick, kind of like the Airbnb, I guess, of salons, but it's B2B, so business to business. And if you are a stylist, but you don't have a salon that you work out of, and you want to work out of a salon by the day, or you're visiting somewhere else, or you can go on Share, SHEAR, Share, and you can book a really nice chair by the day at a vetted place, and they're just spreading so fast, and they're just really, really solid team. So I think they're going to be able to bring some money in for the team.
Okay, one more question.
Accents, yay! Oh no, Mike, you can. No. We wouldn't want you to hurt that.
Hey, I'm Sarah, and I work for Google for Entrepreneurs. I run a space for startups in London. I saw you talk there a few weeks back.
Oh, wow, cool.
And I'm just always really impressed by Code 2040, Black Girls Code, Manos. There is so much support in the States for founders of color.
Yeah.
We have a community in London, you saw, it's small but growing.
Yes.
What more can we do? I think there's so much more we can do.
There's a lot you can do, and in fact, I was so impressed by the small community that you have and that you're building in London, that actually Backstage Capital is going to come back and work with the city throughout the year and try to build up things. I think we can start with at the education level, but really, I think that what I can do there is walk into rooms where there's money and get those people to write checks, because really the check writing is the important part, or the most important part in my opinion, because for so long we've gotten the crumbs, and I say I want the cake, not the crumbs. So that's where I think we can do the most. And I think that's all the time that we have. Thank you for translating. It's really awesome. Thank you.